Is there any benefit in parents explaining to kids when they're having a tough day, just to start those conversations, or is that too much burden on the kids?
No, I don't know. As long as there's a sort of happy ending. I think it's really good modelling to talk about emotions. I went down to the shop and the people wouldn't serve me, and I couldn't find what I was after, and no one would help me, and I was really frustrated and angry about that. And actually, I don't think I'll go back to that shop because they're not very helpful. But I found another shop which was really good. So I mean, you tell these little stories, and that's probably a dumb example, but you tell these little stories to your kids, so kids see that actually, okay, these emotions just normal part of life. This is just life. Things don't always go well, and that's just what life's about. But some things do go really well. We also have to share that with our kids also. So, but I think it's really it's building that relationship. That's the key to sort of raising healthy children. And if the children sort of know that they are part of your world and you're part of their world, then you're much more likely to be able to have these conversations that can be tricky for adolescents. They can be really, really uncomfortable for adolescents, but we're best placed as parents, we're best placed to have them.
If a parent is to have a conversation with their child about concerns about their mental health struggling, is there anything you shouldn't say or you shouldn't do when you start that conversation?
In terms of conversation about mental health, I think you've got to pick the time, to do it. So it may not be a short conversation. So it's not a conversation as you're going out the door. And, particularly for boys, they often don't like making eye contact and so forth. So sometimes these things are better done, when you're driving in the car, or, there's just times that might be when you're walking with them rather than sitting down talking to them and stuff, that there might be a time to do it better. I think that, in terms of not doing it, so children need to feel that there's time to have a conversation, that everyone's sort of feeling comfortable and relatively relaxed around what can be quite stressful. So you may not feel relaxed, but you can look like you are if you can. And then, it may not be one conversation, but I think you've got to invite the conversation. And I think, you can use phrases like, I've just noticed that you haven't been sleeping well, and you're looking really tired, and I see sometimes you look like you don't want to get to school, and you're running late, and I'm sorry sometimes I get really cranky about that, but obviously it's a bit of a struggle for you to get there. And it's just got me thinking, I'm wondering if something's not going right for you at school. I wonder if, you have a bit of a struggle. I don't know. I just wonder what's happening for you. So you're leaving it open to the possibilities and stuff. And that might not be, that might catch them off guard. We've all had the experience where someone comes and asks us something from left field, and you just say, oh, no, it's okay. And you sort of, so they might shut that down pretty quick. You just say, well, look, I've just noticed that, and you might not want to talk about it right now, but just let you know that I'm really interested and I'm a bit concerned and happy to talk about it whenever you want to. So you sort of extend that invitation for a conversation, and then I'd follow up after a few days. Say, look, we had that conversation. I just want to check and stuff, and see. I think if a young person says, look, I'm really depressed and I've been I'm useless at everything and I can't do the work and I think I'm stupid, and so, they've obviously got all these really depressive thoughts and stuff, then I think you let the young person know, again, that you're bigger, stronger, wiser, kinder, that you stay with it. You don't suddenly shut down. Oh, we've got an emergency department, which I do see some parents do. It's not necessarily an emergency. Might be, but it's probably not. It's, okay, well, tell us what do you think's causing it? And so you're actually having a conversation about it and such. And you stay with the young person in terms of what they're saying. You don't try to sort of say, oh, look, it's not that bad, because that becomes really invalidating. This is what the young person's experience is. You've got to stay with that. And then when you come to the end, you work out some sort of plan as to what we're going to do, So it might be that actually, okay, it sounds like you're really having a struggle. I wonder, do you think we need to go see our GP to have a bit of a talk about that? Or, it might not be a GP level of concern, but sort of, look, thanks so much for sharing that. I didn't know. That's really helpful for me to understand. What can I do to make things a bit easier for you in the meantime? So, it all sounds like sort of common sense and logical, but I think people, some parents, as parents, we often don't make time for the conversations. When a young person starts talking about stuff that's difficult, we don't stay there. We try to sort of say, oh, look, actually, I think it'll be okay, and why don't you try this, sort of trying to fix it for them rather than just sitting here with them. And then we don't kind of, at the end of it, we don't sort of say, look, what is it that I can do to sort of support you? What do we need to do? Or if it's pretty serious, I think we need to go see a doctor because, I don't actually have expertise in this, but they will. But I'll be with you on this journey. I'll make sure that we get you the help you need. So there are ways that we can structure the conversation so that the young person comes away feeling hopeful and, okay, I've got someone that can help me with this.